Welcome to our channel. Today, we're diving into the eerie and spine-chilling world of Minnesota's most haunted locations. Now, I know what you're thinking. Minnesota? Land of 10,000 lakes and even more ghost stories, apparently. If you're a fan of the paranormal, you won't want to miss this. We're talking about those places where the veil between our world and the next seems to thin. We're about to embark on a journey, my friends. A journey to the heart of the haunted Midwest. So, buckle up, grab your EMF readers, or, a flashlight will do, and get ready for some goosebump-inducing tales from the great spooky North. Let's do this. Our first stop takes us to the historic town of Sauk Center, home to the grand old Palmer House Hotel. Built in 1901, this place has seen it all. Weddings, funerals, and maybe restless spirits. The Palmer House has a bit of a reputation. Guests report flickering lights, disembodied voices, and apparitions. Some say it's a heartbroken woman searching for her lost love. Others whisper about a mischievous entity. One thing's for sure, you don't spend a night at the Palmer House without encountering something unusual. When the staff themselves start telling stories about ghostly encounters, that's when I start to pay attention. Tales of a ghostly bellhop, a phantom child playing in the hallways, and even a spectral cat that likes to curl up on your lap while you sleep. Room 307 is said to be the most haunted room in the hotel. People claim to see a young woman in a white dress standing by the window. Room 307 has become a hotbed of paranormal activity. It's enough to make even the most skeptical traveler sleep with the lights on. Maybe you're the type who scoffs at the idea of ghosts. Well, I challenge you to spend a night in room 307. Just you, the darkness, and whatever else might be lurking in the shadows. So if you ever find yourself in Sauk Center, Minnesota, pay a visit to the Palmer House Hotel. Just be sure to keep an open mind and maybe a nightlight handy. Next up, we're heading underground, venturing into the depths of the Wabasha Street Caves in St. Paul. Now, these aren't your typical caves. Oh no. These subterranean tunnels have a history as colorful as it is creepy. Back in the day, during the Prohibition era, these caves were a hotbed of illegal activity. We're talking gangsters, speakeasies, and maybe even a few Tommy guns thrown in for good measure. Legend has it that the notorious gangster John Dillinger himself frequented these caves, using them as a hideout and a place to plot his next big heist. But the gangsters weren't the only ones who found solace in the darkness. Rumors persist of a ghostly presence known as the Lady in White, who is said to roam the caves, her mournful cries echoing through the tunnels. Some say she's the spirit of a young woman who was murdered in the caves, her body left to rot in the damp darkness. Others claim she's a heartbroken soul searching for her lost love, her spirit tethered to the place where she last saw him alive. Whatever the truth may be, one thing's for sure. The Lady in White is not the only one who calls the Wabasha Street Caves home. Over the years, visitors have reported countless paranormal experiences, from disembodied voices and cold spots to full-on apparitions and the feeling of being watched. Some have even claimed to have been touched or pushed by unseen hands. One of the most well-known stories involves a group of paranormal investigators who were conducting an EVP session in the caves. As they sat in the darkness, asking questions to the void, they heard a clear voice responding to their every word. The voice, which seemed to be coming from the walls themselves, spoke of tragedy, loss, and a deep-seated anger. So, if you're looking for a truly spooky experience, look no further than the Wabasha Street Caves. Just be sure to bring a flashlight and maybe a friend or two to hold your hand. Chapter 3. Forepaws, where love and loss linger on the menu. From underground lairs, we move to a different kind of haunt, a restaurant with a side of spectral heartbreak. Welcome to Forepaws in St. Paul, a place where the food is delicious and the history is, well, let's just say it's got a bit of a bite to it. Now, Forepaws has been a St. Paul institution for over a century, known for its elegant atmosphere and classic American cuisine. But behind the white tablecloths and flickering candlelight lies a tale of love, loss, and a ghostly presence that refuses to depart. The story goes that back in the day, the restaurant was owned by a man named Joseph Forepaugh. a successful businessman who was madly in love with his wife Clara. They seemed to have it all: wealth, happiness, and a love that most people only dream of. However, tragedy struck when Clara fell ill and passed away, leaving Joseph utterly heartbroken. Devastated by his loss, Joseph could barely function, let alone run a restaurant. He closed Four Paws, unable to bear the thought of being in the place where he and Clara had shared so many happy memories. Years later, the restaurant reopened under new ownership, but it seemed that Clara's spirit never truly left. Diners and staff alike have reported seeing a woman in a long, flowing gown, her face obscured by a veil, gliding through the restaurant. Some say she's searching for Joseph, while others believe she's simply revisiting a place she once loved. One of the most commonly reported experiences is the feeling of a cold spot in certain areas of the restaurant, particularly near the grand staircase and in the women's restroom. There have also been reports of objects moving on their own, glasses shattering for no apparent reason, and lights flickering as if someone is toying with the switches. So if you're looking for a dining experience with a side of the supernatural, Four Paws is the place to be. Just be sure to bring your appetite and maybe a camera, just in case you catch a glimpse of Clara's ghostly presence. Chapter 4. The Greyhound Bus Museum, where passengers never truly depart. Hold on to your tickets, folks, because our next stop takes us on a wild ride through the Greyhound Bus Museum in Hibbing. Now, I'll admit, when I first heard about a haunted bus museum, I thought, really? That's the best we got. But let me tell you, this place has a certain charm, a certain eeriness that gets under your skin. See, the Greyhound Bus Museum isn't just a collection of old buses. It's a time capsule, a testament to a bygone era of travel. And like any good time capsule, it seems to have trapped a few remnants of the past within its polished chrome and plush seats. Visitors and staff have reported all sorts of strange happenings, from disembodied voices echoing through the aisles to the feeling of being watched by unseen eyes. Some say it's the spirits of former passengers, their journeys forever intertwined with these buses, while others believe it's something more malevolent, something that lurks in the shadows of the museum. One of the most haunted areas is said to be the back of the bus, where a ghostly figure has been seen sitting alone, staring out the window. Some say it's the spirit of a woman who died in a bus crash, her soul unable to find peace. Others believe it's a hitchhiker who met a grim end, their final destination forever unknown. Then there's the story of the phantom mechanic, a shadowy figure seen tinkering under the hood of one of the buses. Legend has it that he was a dedicated worker who died in a freak accident at the garage and now continues his duties in the afterlife, ensuring that these vintage vehicles are always in tip-top shape. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, there's no denying that the Greyhound Bus Museum has a certain eerie atmosphere. So if you're ever in Hibbing, Minnesota, and you're looking for a unique and potentially spooky experience, be sure to hop aboard the Greyhound Bus Museum, and keep your eyes peeled for any unexpected passengers. Chapter 5. The Fitzgerald Theater. Where the show goes on. Our final stop takes us to the heart of St. Paul, to a place where the show must go on, even in the afterlife. The Fitzgerald Theater, a grand old dame of a venue with a history as rich as its acoustics. The Fitzgerald has seen it all: vaudeville acts, musical legends, and maybe a few spectral performers taking a bow from beyond the grave. Visitors and staff have reported strange noises, flickering lights, and the feeling of being watched from the shadows. One common experience is the sound of footsteps crossing the empty stage, as if an unseen performer is pacing back and forth. Some say it's the spirit of an actor who died on stage, their final performance forever etched into the theater's history. Then there's the story of the Phantom Usher, a shadowy figure seen gliding through the aisles, checking for tickets. Legend has it that he was a dedicated employee who loved his job so much that he continued to do it even after his passing. The dressing rooms are also rumored to be hot spots of paranormal activity, with actors reporting strange noises and cold spots. Some have even claimed to have seen the ghostly reflections of former performers in the mirrors. So, if you're ever in St. Paul and you're looking for a night of entertainment with a side of the supernatural, be sure to catch a show at the Fitzgerald Theater. Just be sure to keep your eyes peeled for any unexpected performers taking the stage. Well, folks, there you have it. 5 of Minnesota's most haunted locations, each with its own unique blend of history, mystery, and spine-tingling chills. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for a nap and maybe a nightlight or two. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling content. Have you ever visited any of these haunted locations? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, sleep tight or try to.